How did a simple flower become worth more than a house? What if fortunes were won and lost on a tulip bulb? 3 centuries before Bitcoin or dot-com stocks, the world's first great bubble was not in gold or oil or tech. It was in flowers. This is the unbelievable story of Tulip Mania. In the early 1600s, the Dutch Republic was booming. Amsterdam was the center of global trade. Wealth flowed from colonies, and a new middle class emerged, hungry for luxury. Among the rarest and most exotic items was the tulip, imported from the Ottoman Empire. Unlike any flower seen before, tulips were vibrant, fragile, and wildly fashionable. They became status symbols for merchants and aristocrats alike. At first, tulips were simply beautiful plants, cultivated in private gardens. But soon, their rarity gave them value. Unique striped or broken tulips, caused by a virus, were even more prized. Collectors began paying fortunes for bulbs, treating them like treasures. By the 1630s, tulips weren't just flowers, they were investments. Prices skyrocketed. Tulip bulbs were sold on paper contracts, not even delivered until months later. A single bulb of the rarest kind could sell for the price of a townhouse in Amsterdam. Merchants, craftsmen, even farmers joined the frenzy, hoping to flip bulbs for profit. The flower trade spread to taverns and coffee houses, where deals were made in candlelit rooms with whispers of overnight riches. At the height of Tulip Mania in 1636 through 37, bulbs changed hands dozens of times before ever being planted. One famous bulb, the Semper Augustus, was said to be worth 10 years of a skilled worker's salary. Tulips became a currency of their own, a speculative fever unlike anything Europe had ever seen. But then came reality. In early 1637, buyers suddenly stopped showing up to auctions. Fear spread. If tulips were just flowers, what made them worth a fortune? Within weeks, prices collapsed. Contracts became worthless. Merchants, farmers, and nobles who had staked everything on bulbs were ruined. Houses, savings, and reputations vanished overnight. The Dutch economy trembled. Though not every citizen was invested, the psychological shock was enormous. Lawsuits filled courts as ruined speculators tried to escape debts. Trust in markets faltered. The term Tulip Mania became synonymous with collective madness, a warning etched into history of how human greed can inflate illusions until they shatter. Tulip Mania may sound absurd, but it was not unique. The same psychology has reappeared. The South Sea bubble, the dot-com frenzy, real estate in 2008, and even cryptocurrencies. Each time the object changes, but the human emotions are the same: greed, fear, and the hope of easy riches. Isaac Newton's words about bubbles echo here. I can calculate the motions of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. 3 lessons remain. 1. Beauty and rarity do not equal lasting value. 2. Speculation built on hype always collapses. And 3. Every generation thinks this time is different, but it never is. Tulip Mania reminds us that markets are not ruled by logic, but by emotion. And when emotion takes over, even flowers can bring nations to their knees.